Okay, hello. Welcome to Val's Diner, where no one eats alone. I'm Valerie Marie, and I'm going to take you on a tour of one of my creations here at Gen X Technology. Okay, so let's talk about what Val's Diner is. It is a virtual experience that brings people together for real meals and real conversations and connections no matter where you are. So think of Zoom, but better. One of the old school family values in my day was that people were required to have dinner together. It was almost mandatory. Now, back in those days, when we sat down for dinner, it wasn't just about food, it was making real connection. As my grandfather used to say, I need to lay eyes on you. It gave the opportunity for people to see each other, not just talk to them on the phone. It also gave the opportunity for people to gain wisdom. From the older generation, they would always drop a gem here and there, things that would take people through the week. Normally, it was on Sunday. Some people had dinner together every day. Well, the problem is that technology has really forced people to separate and get into their own bubbles. And this means that instead of the elders teaching the younger generation what to do based on uh, proven systems that work, now they're listening to the world. They're listening to people pop up on social media, strangers. They don't know. They become the lead in telling your children and grandchildren who they are and what they should be. So, right now, I'm going to show you what dinner is supposed to look like and um, also introduce you to some new technology. So, this is for the older people, the Gen Xers like myself. Now, you'll be able to get a dinner party and just go ahead and tell your children, log in. Doesn't matter where they are in the world, they'll be able to have dinner with you. And that's something that I like. So, I just wanted to give you that just behind the scenes on what I'm thinking when I'm creating these things. Loneliness is something that's real. And a lot of times people don't have people to interact with. And this gives them a familiar face. You can have regulars just like you would at a restaurant. So, the first thing we want to decide when we get to Val's Diner, okay? Oh, I missed a very important part. One of the things about Val's Diner, back some years ago, before I got ill, I opened up this beautiful restaurant and this vintage style place, put all my money into it. Although I'm a corporate girl, I love food. And so I went in, I set everything up, and 3 months after I opened, I had to close because I was so sick I could not even move. I was like laying on the table. My son had came by to visit, and from that point, he literally moved everything out, and I just completely lost the diner, um, pretty much and everything else with it because I ended up having surgery or whatever. So I don't know why, but maybe this is, God's way of giving me my diner back. And in that process, I realized that when I was sick, I was out of town, number one. I wasn't around my family because all of my children are grown. And I decided I was going to, go someplace different and do something different. Nevertheless, I learned about eating alone and wishing that I was back with my family and not knowing anyone in the city and trying to heal and all this other stuff. So I thought about that situation and I kind of like put it into Val's Diner. So that gives you a little bit of a back insight on my way of thinking. Sorry for my stumbling because I'm not really the in front of the camera type. So let's go ahead and let's take a seat. Okay, so let's just say you don't feel like talking to people, but you want to chat. No problem. You can do a table for one, or you can take a seat. Now let's go ahead and enter the lounge. Now, as you can see, this allows you to find your table. A few tables are open right now. You just pull up a chair. Now, when you first walk into the lounge, it's going to give you the option of where you want to sit down at. This right here is going to give you the now seating. You know, breakfast, brunch, power lunch, tea. You get this, the idea. Then the next option is going to give you what mood are you in, because you don't want, if you're laid back, you don't want to hop into it, take a seat with someone who is talks a lot and just in a different type of mode. So you can do just one of those days, quiet company, deep conversation, solo but not alone. Okay, celebration station. This is just to give you a few. And then we break it down again by interest. So here, if you're sports, you like gaming, these are just interests, food, cooking, or food adventures, baking. These are just some of the hobby tables that we have available. Or if you want to create your own table so that you and your children and your family members can get together once a week or every day, you and your homegirl or your guys over football or whatever, you can create your own table. All right, so let's get in and let's just go ahead and say, I'm just going to do coffee just because. Okay, now here you go. This is our morning coffee and chat. What it allows you to do, you can pick different conversations based on what this room has, and you can take a seat, pull up a chair, and right now it's going to assign you a seat. The video right here is just a generic video that changes per room based on the topic and the interest. And it's just a visual, you know, to make everything feel warm. I try to make the background look as, as if you're walking into a diner. All right, so let's go ahead and take a seat. We're joining, and there I am. You can also see who's here, just in case you like regulars, or you can just chat. And you can close your chat out, just to chat if you want to say something. There is the option for like some, music. You can cut your camera off at any point in time. Cut your mic off in case you got some noise going on in the background. You don't want to be rude. And this is my technology uh, about bringing small groups of people together by interest so that no one ever has to eat alone. Also, another thing that is popular, I'm getting some traction on it, is let's just say you have a favorite restaurant that you eat at. It can be a franchise restaurant. We have tables that are going to be set aside. So if you like uh, Italian food, then this will be the Italian food section. And this will allow you to eat, you know, um, the same meals or from the same company or whatever through our NFC tags. And what that is, it gives you the ability to whatever you're eating, you can just take your phone, tap your bag with the code, and it'll automatically open up your table, right? So that people of like minds on my Apple phone, let's take this off. Okay. All right. So that's just to give you a little sneak peek into Val's Diner. And of course, if you were to join, you would be here wherever we start a conversation and we'd have dinner together over like minds, and general topics. And you never have to eat alone, no matter where you are in the world. This is something that came from something that was hard. My objective at Gen X Technology is to turn pain into purpose. We rewrite the story. We bring things back to the old school when things were good, and the older people help the younger people. If you go on social media, everybody wants to be young, the same age. In my day, that wasn't a fact. People took glory into being an auntie and an uncle. They always want to, school you, put you on the right track. Um, Now the 50 is the new 30, the 30 is the new 15. Well, society really needs to get back to when the world had some structure And that's what Gen X brings. So thank you for watching my little video, and I will be back again with more Gen X technology. Here we turn pain into purpose intentionally.